The Answers, released 1995 through 1997. We were young, we were naive, we were well inspired, everything was new. We found freedom in music, and we were very proud. If I can crawl inside of you, I'm laughing with a broken face. I stumble across my self-esteem, but to picture the pleasure is making me want my space. Understand that God wrapped you like a bow. If what you're seeing is an open book, that's great, 'cause I'm an open book, but I'm real shy. Now there's a part of me seeking and desperately needing to open up. Now that's so strange, 'cause I'm this open book, a confused boy. And I'm an automatic steeple for depressed and lonely people. My heart, while in its cage, is used to give and not receive a thing. But the only funny thing, I don't know how to give myself advice. And I've got this post-traumatic thing, this tattoo of a ring around my wedding finger. That's where I want to state this claim, that I've got to learn to live and dream before I go and get myself in love. Oh, love. Before I go and get myself in love. There's Zoloft, 12-Butrin, there's Paxil, that's proven no side effects. But the rest left unnamed, 'cause they work like a charm on me. But when your savings is drying, you can't stop from crying, boy, you better suck that shit up. You're not her buttercup. You are no longer her favorite book. And I'm an automatic steeple for depressed and lonely people. My heart, while in its cage, is Used to give and not receive a thing, but the only funny thing, I don't know how to give myself advice. And I've got this real dramatic thing, this tattoo of a ring around my wedding finger. That's where I want to stake this claim that I've got to learn to live and dream before I go and get myself in love. Before I go and get myself in love. Oh, I want love before I go and get myself in love. So I had this band in high school called The Last Wish. Ooh. So fucking cool. You know, it was a high school band. You know, we were the band. We were playing lots of shows. We had a decent following, and I loved it. But one night, we were playing a show, and I said to the leader of the band, because it wasn't me, I said, can I play this new song that I wrote last night? You know, like after we go off, can I come back on by myself? And he was like, typical Justin, you know? So he said, yeah, whatever, dude, whatever. So I was like, oh man, this is gonna be great. So we play this set, you know, we rock it out as 16-year-olds can rock out, you know, about love and love stuff. But I played this song I was very proud of. And after I finished playing it, the whole crowd was like, and I was like, damn, I just blew those motherfuckers away. I'm like, wow. Boom. Check that shit out. Well, the next day, all the parents, what? No. All the parents of the band held a parent meeting, or a band meeting. I mean, this is great news. I'm thinking, we're gonna get fucking signed. All the parents believed in that shit so much, they're gonna throw all their money, their retirement into us. We're gonna get signed and all this stuff. So here I am, 16 years old, I'm rolling up to this meeting with my crew, my mom and my dad. You know, we roll up in there 3 deep. We sit down on the couch. They start talking. We're worried about the lead singer. Justin, I'm not sure our sons and daughters want to be represented with what you're singing about. And everything got real slow. My mom stands up, in slow motion, by the way. Waka Flocka starts playing in the background. And she says, "Fuck your lamp." Boom! Let's bounce, Justin. So we walk out. That's not how it went down at all. That's how I like to think of it to go down. You know, just straight up thug. No. It was more like I said, Mom, Dad, I'm going to go ahead and quit the band. We should probably leave now. You know, and then we politely left, and these rich people, we were poor, you know what I'm saying? These rich people, you know, we were walking out. I should have just fucked their lamp, you know? That would have been so great. It wasn't like a Kia lamp, it was like some expensive shit. The Kia's the shit, though. Anyway, that's another story. So, we're riding home, 16 years old, I'm in the back going, damn. That was then, right then I decided that I would never, ever, ever feel that way again about my art. At 16, I was sitting there thinking, I will never in my life let another person tell me what I can and cannot say in a song. Right then, I remember it very specifically. Because I was proud of that song. So we get home, you know, my mom sits on the couch and she goes, "So, Jess, let me hear this song." Because she wasn't at the show, you know. So I'm like, oh, second chance, all right. I'm going to blow you away. So she sits on the couch and she goes, "Play it for me, honey." 16 years old. Have you ever been so lonely? There's no one there to hold. Just pull me in or just sew me, and then climb inside. My arms are open wide. Have a look inside. It is not that I am scared to learn just why I'm empty inside. Just hold my hand or show some concern. If I live or die, my eyes are open wide. Help me look inside. I'm singing ha-da-da-da-da-da, ha-da-da-da-da-da, ha-da-da-da-da-da. I hear the water drip from the faucet. It's sweetly falling into blue. I'm gently closing the closet and I fall to the floor and I crawl to my room. thought of ending it soon. Just let me sleep in my room. Hear me cry, I hear a knock at the front door, don't come in. I try to look at you, but I can't stop shaking. And leave me alone, just go away, Mother, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Empty bed, but all of my sheets were gone. They're wrapped around me and you, and all is quiet but the drop of my gun. 'Cause I just want to belong to anyone. But maybe life's not for everyone. And my mom was like, what the fuck? She straight up calling my dad in the other room going, Danny! 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 Get in here! You need to talk to your son! We need to have a meeting about... Wait! You know, I'm 16 years old. I think I fucked my mom up at that moment. I mean, some shit must have been going on. I mean, I don't remember ever being mistreated as a child. I had wonderful parents, but I was just a sad kid. Especially at 16, writing something like that. And, well, I'll tell you what, the next day I was put on Paxil. And I've been on that shit ever since. 37 years old, that shit shaped my personality, motherfucker. I swear to God, over the past, what? God, I wish I wouldn't have told you I was 37. My whole life I've been taking that stuff, you know, and once in a while you feel like you're just perfect, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good, I don't need this shit, I'm perfect, I'm healed. And a month later, off that shit, you start, God. And you turn into a little bitch again, you know? I mean, that self-medication started right there at 16. And I remember years later, when I graduated high school, well, let's back up for a second. My mom that night, I remember she started crying after I played it for her. And I didn't really I thought it was just a badass motherfucking song, you know? Like, damn. But my mom, it really affected her. I remember she looked at me and she was like, your grandfather would be so proud of you right now. That was her dad, and he had passed away. And she said, your papa would be so proud of you. She goes, God put you on this earth for that. You know that, right? And that was a moment when I was like, I guess I can talk honestly, and it didn't offend my mom, it just touched her. And then we knew how to communicate from that moment on. You know, I could tell her anything, no matter how dark it was. So, well, yes, give her a hand. Thank you. So years later, I used that whole comment against her. When I decided to tell her I'm not going to college, I'm starting a band. I didn't have long hair, I just like doing that. And she was like, what? And I was like, oh, and I need a loan. Because I want to make an album. you know. And when I was growing up, if you wanted money, you go pick the dog shit up in the backyard, you know. You mow the lawn, you paint the fucking house, something. We're not just gonna give you money. And I love that, the way my parents taught me that, because, you know, it taught me how to work my ass off. And but when I asked them for a loan, it was a loan. But I had written probably about 20 songs by that point that were all like Black Orchid, For My Brother, The 21st, Blue Sunshine, and because they were nice enough to give me a loan, I'm now able to sit in front of you guys, and I connected with you guys because they funded the answers. They're pretty badass, aren't they? So I'm here on my time off between the Blue October new album, which I'm very excited about. We'll get to that one later. But I'm here, I'm very blessed to know all you guys and to have y'all and see y'all here and to play in such a beautiful place. What we've done here is some people had questions, and I pick a few between songs and answering them. So I'm going to go ahead and... I'm scared of these questions because, like, some of them are fucked up. Jenna. Where are you, Jenna? Okay. If you could collaborate with anyone, who would it be? You talking about musically? I collaborate with my wife. No. We make beautiful art. I would have to say Peter Gabriel. And as weird as this may seem right now, I wish I could have collaborated with like Ella Fitzgerald. But Fiona Apple would be awesome also. And Ashley Stone. Yeah. She's my boo. Okay. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Well, at age 35. I see myself in 5 years with hopefully another child. More deeply in love with my wife than I already am, and on the road, and I'm going out Johnny Cash style, y'all. So I'm not going Woo! That shit flew, didn't it? Damn. Consent to treatment. Release 2000. I was nervous as hell. Signed to a major label, which basically means you got a big ass bank loan that you had to pay back. Because I heard in the grapevine that they would break your knees if they didn't. But that wasn't true. Because I still had my knees and we didn't pay it back. Rock format. I had no idea that there was like rock radio, alternative, hip hop. Like I thought there was just music. You know, but rock radio back then, okay, check this out. Back then when we put this album out, Limp Bizkit and Korn were fucking huge. You know, and I have to admit I was pretty jealous. Because if I would have only written, I did it all for the nookie. The nookie. So you can take that cookie and stick it up your Stick it up your Stick it up, way up your It's fucking brilliant, Fred Durst. Oh my God. I banged that shit in my car. I don't know about y'all, but it's like... I loved it. The band became a team. On a serious note, That was when I honestly began abusing drugs. Yeah, some funny shit. Now, I didn't just use drugs. I was addicted to what's called more. I hid it very well. I was a great liar. I was a great manipulator. And all my idols, you know, Jean-Michel Basquiat, and Kurt Cobain, there's Ian Curtis, all of them. You know, that's what they did, you know, but they're all dead. So when I made it past the age of 27, I threw myself a huge fucking party. Blue Miller taught me how to write a song. Then we got dropped off the label. Now, earlier I said self-medication, you know, and prescribed medication, Paxil. When you start dumping drugs on top of that, along with the depression, it starts, you either can ride it or you're fucked. So I was writing songs like this at the time. A silver-plated numbing gum, and Jesus resting on my thumb. A hard to reach malaria. I've got the mood that seems to scare ya. I'm paranoid and I'm self-destroyed. Believe me, Lord, I'm so sorry. I've got the mood that seems to bury up. I've got the nightmare cold. Schizophrenia. I cry, and I don't know why. The fever becomes my home. And I cry, and I don't know why. The fever becomes my home, becomes my home. Becomes my becomes I love it when you're holding me. You have a gentle way of calling me. I haven't felt that way since 1993 when my mother held me. I bet you're waiting for the long sob story of how I was mistreated again. No, I wasn't built that way. I was strong and I was fucking desperately brave, and I didn't mean to scare you. Schizophrenia. I cry, and I don't know why. The fever becomes my home.